Hey everyone, it's me, Jen White, your productivity coach, and I'm here to help you take daily action so you can reach your highest potential. Thank you so much for joining me live. If you are live and if you are watching me on the replay, then I'd like to say hi and welcome to you as well. And if you would kindly comment and say hi, I would love to say hi back to you. I love interacting with people online, and I look forward to hearing from you. And you can interact with me too. If you are live, just say a comment, write a comment, and I will talk and I will say hi back and I will get to you, because connecting with people is really important. And I want to talk more about that later at the end of what I have to say tonight at the end of the live stream. I want to talk about something new that I'm working on. I'm really excited about. So if you can tell by the title, we're talking about hustle again. I talked about it a few weeks ago, just sort of exploring the word and sort of how it's kind of a word that when I hear it, it makes me a little tense. And lately I've been diving into how it's possible to hustle but not hustle, if that makes sense. It probably doesn't. But it's doing the work without the hustle, because it's getting things done, it's meeting goals, it's doing great things and big things, but without the pressure of doing it all. So that's what I mean when I talk about do the work without the hustle. It's that meeting goals without the pressure of doing it all. And like anything, hustling has good and bad side. There's people that can state cases that hustling is the only way to do business, especially if you do business online or if you're doing business in the marketplace. But honestly, what has come to surface for me is this feeling that you have to accomplish your goals or your job at the cost of everything else in your life. And I've been there. I've lived that life where it was so important to have that job and to get that promotion and to manage all the things. But when I'm confronted with that, and raising my kids, I have 3 kids, it didn't really go well, because either I was giving them attention and then I was feeling like I was slacking off, or I was taking time off and I was feeling like, oh no, I can't take any time for myself because I have this project and I have to make sure this gets done and that gets done. Or I feel guilty for working all the time. I feel guilty for having goals and wanting to achieve more than just raising my family. And I believe that motherhood is the highest calling that you could have. I strongly believe that we, are designed to be mothers, to nurture and to take care of our children, but that doesn't mean that we don't have ambition, that we don't have goals, that we don't have things that we need to say in this world and things that we need to get done. So when I talk about balance and when I talk about hustle, it's really around this pressure point of doing it all, but also feeling guilty for doing it all, and then also feeling guilty for not taking time off, for not spending time, for missing an event, or there's all kinds of things you can feel guilty about, right? And I've actually told people to hustle, but usually I reserve that for kids, right? People who don't have family and people that they have to tend to, because usually when I use that term, it's because they're spending time watching YouTube and they're like, I can't meet my goals, but I watch YouTube all the time, or I want to play solitaire or whatever. It's sometimes, again, I said this when I talked about hustle, sometimes you have to hustle. Sometimes you have to sprint, right? But most of the time life is a marathon, and if we sprint for too long, we burn out. If we hustle for too long, then we get overburdened and we feel multiple pressures and priorities that we have to do this no matter what. And I personally have a burning desire to help women meet their goals without the pressure of doing it all. So one of the things that hustle tells us is to push ourselves ahead to get more. And the problem is with that thinking is sometimes we don't know what more is. Like if I'm feeling pressure to do more, do more, do more, do more, but I don't know what that is, then I'm just being busy. I'm filling my time with things that I think are good and that are beneficial to me, but I'm just really simply doing busy work. And I've been caught in this trap before, because especially when I first started my business, because I felt like, oh, I should be doing something right every day. I should sit at my desk and push papers around and, like, you know, check emails and join my email list. You know, there's all these things that I did to stay busy. So at the end of the day, I felt, oh yeah, I put in a full day's work. But honestly, I didn't really get anything done. And I was feeling a pressure to do more. So that's just one example. Another example is, you know, I've talked about this a month or so ago about who's writing your story. Like if you're living out someone else's dream for you or someone else's goals for you, then you're just being busy to be busy. You're not passionate about that. It's not really how you would define success or what that more is, right? So don't be busy to stay busy. Define what you're working on and set those milestones so you can actually know that you're working towards that you're meeting that goal, that you're taking steps to meet that goal. Hustle will also tell us to compete and compare. And frankly, competing and comparing to me is exhausting. I know some people that thrive off of competition. I am not one of those people. I thrive in an environment where I can plan out and I could be aware of what needs to be done and I can kind of diligently march through things, but that's just me. But when we come to comparison, whether or not you're competitive or not, because some people like to be competitive and they set competitive goals for themselves, and that's an excellent way to get things done and to reach goals if you have a tendency to be competitive. But the comparison is a trap for both competitive and non-competitive people, because what happens is that there's always going to be someone above you and there's always going to be someone below you. And to compare yourself and tear yourself down for what you aren't and saying, oh, but I'm better than them, that's a dangerous place to be. It's exhausting. It drains your energy. It causes you to be in this constant cycle of not good enough, better than, when really you just need to focus on being you, because you have to cut yourself some slack, and complaining and comparing and competing kind of senselessly will get you absolutely nowhere. You'll get stuck in that grind of being better than, and the goal of, oh, they're so great and they're so successful and they have everything. And the reality is that person that we think has everything or has what we want, we're just seeing the shiny bits, right? We're not seeing the trail. Like there was a quote, I can't think of who said it, but I read it recently, and it's like, it took me 10 years to be an overnight success. And I kind of had to laugh, because that's what success looks like on a large scale, not like the end all be all, this is what success is, but I mean success as a path. It's not overnight. Overnight success, viral videos, all of that is kind of random, and it can happen, but is that really what you want? Are you setting out to be a viral video person? If you are, then there's like 1 in 1,000 or 1 in 1,000,000, right? Videos that you have to put out. 1,000,000 videos to get one that goes viral. That's a process. That's a lot of work. And that is, you know, it's striving, right? So what I'm saying is that cut yourself some slack, that there's always going to be someone above us. There's always going to be someone, you know, not quite as far along as us. And that's okay. because you're you, you're exactly in the right spot at the right time, perfectly planned and positioned for what you have to do. It's just you have to take the steps to start doing it, because then you'll just stay in that position, and you know, you won't be able to share your message, your thoughts, your, you know, career aspirations. I mean, I'm not just talking about small business owners. I'm talking about, you know, anyone. But when we get into that place of competing and comparing, it wears us out. That's a lot of time where overwhelm comes from. It comes from, you know, being confused and having too much input as well. But a lot of the time it comes from that exhaustion of trying, that hustle to be better than, and really stop. It won't get you anywhere. You just need to be you, and then you're good. Hustle will also tell you to work hard and rest little. And this is what I was talking about earlier, because we can strive because we have a fear sometimes of falling behind and being a failure. And it's actually okay to fail. It took me a good year and a half to actually say that out loud, and I've talked about that before, because I had this perfectionism in me that was so afraid of failing and so afraid of falling behind, and I wanted to be this and that, and I thought that's what success was to be them, and that's them, that's not me. And then I was afraid of failing, and really when you fail, that's where you figure out what you need to do. So why can't we work hard and rest hard? I want to introduce that thought, because I think it can be both. I think we can work really hard and do those sprints as long as we don't sprint constantly all the time, and then we can rest hard as well, whatever that looks like for you. For me, it's taking a long hot bath. I try to do that often, almost nightly if I have enough time left in the day. I also like to play games with my kids. I like to play video games. I like to read. And so I rest hard because I work hard. So another thing I want to just kind of throw out there is, why can't we give resting as great a priority as we do working? Because it's this hustle mentality. Oh, I'll rest. I heard someone say, I'll rest when I'm dead. I think actually my dad may have said that. So that tells you a little bit of background of like how hard, my parents are very hard workers and still are. Even though they're retired, they still work hard and do everything with strength. But we didn't have a lot of rest time when I was a kid. And so I know some of my friends like think that, oh, well, you give your kids too much, you know, they do all these things. But part of it is to counterbalance that, right? But I also know that I can count on my kids to work hard when we need to work hard. So it's not this pressure, you have to do this or else. It's just creating an environment where when you have to work hard, you work hard, and then when you rest hard, and then you go about your day. So part of that is, and I talk about this when I talk about distractions, but it's also good in resting, is that sometimes to get to that place, you have to turn off your tablet, your phone, your computer, your TV, and enjoy something other than things that make us think about work. Because yeah, I could play a game on my phone and that would be resting, but then I get, you know, a Facebook notification on my business page, or I get an email, and then I find myself kind of drifting into a work kind of mentality, when I just need to shut it off, put it in a drawer, and be good. Like, one of the most relaxing, peaceful times I had was on a cruise, because I wasn't going to pay $15 a day for internet from one person. So I was forced to completely unplug, and it was fantastic. I came back rested and focused and had a lot of new ideas, and I had a lot of dreams, and it was just a really good time. But it took a lot of work to get to that cruise, and it took a lot of work afterwards. So why can't we have both? So, key takeaways for today are to find success and what is enough. Because if we're striving towards an elusive success, then we will never feel like we get there, and we'll always continue to drive ourselves to that point. So define what is success and what is enough. All you can be, and remember this, is you. Do that with all of your energy. Take all your time to be you, because you are the best version of you, and you are amazing, and you are powerful, and you are full of so many things that the world needs. I've said that a couple times because I've been really getting excited about just this concept of really being you, because it took me a really long time to know how to be me, and that sounds crazy and it sounds ridiculous, but I will do a live on that topic because it's an important story. It's an important story for me to share because it might help you. So all you can do is be you, and do that with all of your energy, and then let go of the guilt of working too hard and the fear of resting. Be good at both. You can be good at working hard, and you can be good at resting as well. And at the end of the day, you'll have met your goals, and you'll be at peace, and your home will be at peace, and your family will be at peace, and it's a beautiful, amazing thing. So, one of the things I wanted to announce, and I kind of briefly talked about at the beginning, is that I have been, for about 1.5 years now, I've been running a free productivity group called Jumpstart Your Productivity. I am closing that group down. It was a huge decision, mostly because I want to focus and spend my best time and my best energy on a new group. And again, if you are part of that Facebook group, Jumpstart Your Productivity, you are more than welcome to join me in my new group. I'm going to put the link in the comments of this live. And if you haven't been a part of that, you are definitely welcome to join us as well. Because what it is a Facebook group that I'm designing to be a safe place for mamas to talk about the things that we fear and the things that we face, so we can meet goals without the pressure of doing it all, so that we can be good at working hard and feeling good about working hard and feeling good about resting hard, because I think that's where true balance is, right? We're always searching for this elusive balance, but really we have to be okay with both sides of us and be able to, again, meet our goals without the pressure of doing it all. And it's a forum, so it's called the Productive Mamas Forum, and it's for moms of any age and any season. So it's not just for moms of toddlers. So if you have babies and toddlers, more than welcome to jump in the group. If you're a mom or a grandma, you're still a mom, no matter what your kids are. I have kids that I have a 6th grader up to a college student working on his master's, so all ages of moms. And you don't have to be a stay-at-home mom. You can have, it's going to be specifically around women who who own an online business or an in-person or like a brick and mortar business, or they have a career, or you have a job with a side hustle, which is a combination of both. And it's for those who strive to achieve all things, but want to do that with peace and grace and love and rest, right? So, I told you the name of the group. Join me there. It's going to be exciting. We're going to have some prompts during the week, discussion, things to talk about. I'm going to do some Facebook Lives in that group as well. I'm going to have guest speakers in there. And I know some fantastic working mamas that will light up your day because they're amazing, and I'm going to ask them to share live in the group. And if you are a fantastic mama too, I will ask you, because I really want to get to know each and every person in the group to be able to serve you with the productivity tips. I want to learn from you what works best for you, because it's not just my way is the best, right? It's collaborative. Productivity for me has always been collaborative, and reaching out to people, my peers, fellow mamas. My mom is amazing. I might have her come on and speak because she has had an amazing career as a nurse practitioner. She truly balanced it all while working hard, and even working hard in her retirement. She is amazing. So I'll have to talk to her because she doesn't know that I'm going to ask her to talk. And if you have something to say, if you have, again, it's not just me driving the bus, right? This is a forum, so it's free and it's open to share and discuss and to cry and to laugh and to have, I was thinking we could have like girly nights where we get in a Zoom call and we talk about, you know, our favorite makeup or whatever it is, you know, it's just our time to be us. And it's all these things that I talked about that kind of typify or will be included is, you know, defining what our success is, having success statements that we declare, how to learn not to compete and compare, because sometimes it's so ingrained in us that it's an instinct for us to be that way. And again, how to work hard and rest hard too. That's like going to be an anthem for the group. So if you want to join me and do the work without the hustle, join the Productive Mamas Forum. You'll see it. I'm going to be promoting it all this week and into September. And I hope to see you there. I look forward to getting to know you, and I hope you have a great and fantastic evening. Bye.